before I came here, and I think it was Andrew from the Hamilton Spectator, what a great guy. He said, Doug, you're wearing red today. What's going on with this red? Well, I went on to tell Andrew that we attract and I welcome people from the NDP, the Liberals, and PC party. And I've always said, my friends, this isn't about being a PC, a Liberal, or an NDP. This is about everyone uniting and making sure we get this province back on track.
Forward, forward, forward. Forward, forward, forward.
Oh, I love Hamilton. I'm telling you, the people. What a rambunctious crowd.
We love you, Doug!
Yeah! Woo!
You know, I remember with Rob, we used to sit in the mayor's office and I talked to him, we'd be running through letters. I can't begin to tell you, and I still don't have an explanation, I think I do, about all the letters and phone calls came from the people of Hamilton. And I said, Rob, you have no idea the connection you have with these folks. Hard-working, grassroots people. That's why I attracted the people of Hamilton. My friends, the grassroots people of this province have been ignored. As I've crisscrossed this province from Ottawa down to Windsor, up to Thunder Bay, and everything in between, I've heard the same message. The same message that people are frustrated with this Liberal government. They're frustrated the way they've been treated the last 15 years. No matter if you're a doctor or a nurse, we have the best doctors and nurses in the entire world, and some of the greatest in the world right here in Hamilton. Oh, beautiful. You know, sometimes I talk to so many doctors, it's unbelievable. And I love you part of our health team. You know, doctor, I truly believe, God bless you, 27 years. Bad days, not great days. But doctor, I have a very simple approach. I always surround myself with a lot smarter people than myself in their area of expertise. No matter if it's healthcare, education, energy, and doctor, I know you feel that right now you've been beaten down by this little government and the nurses over and over again. And you have politicians at Queen's Park that don't have a clue about healthcare, trying to tell our doctors how to run the hospital, trying to tell our nurses how to run the hospitals. I have a simple belief. Let the frontline folks that deal with this day in and day out run the hospital. They have the not politicians. And in saying that, I jumped right into healthcare, but that's a good thing. We have a great doctor heading up our healthcare team, and I'd love you to join us. It's Dr. Ruben Devlin. He's the CEO of the first digital hospital in North America. A brilliant man, but he's been on both ends of the fence, being a frontline doctor and an administrator. And I have all the confidence, the team that Dr. Devlin has been building every single day. I have never had more doctors call me, ever. Maybe that's a good thing, you know. Doctors don't call me, I'm doing pretty good. But I've had more doctors. And it's the same message. And none of the doctors know they're calling me. But they're the same message I'm hearing over and over again. And that was the message is we aren't being listened to. Same message from our nurses. When you see the pressure the doctors are under because they don't have the help. You see the pressure of the nurses, as I saw firsthand, staying with Rob day in and day out, sleeping there and watching, you know, two nurses trying to take a whole ward, take care of a whole ward in palliative care. They need help. Well, I have a very clear message for all our doctors and nurses and our frontline healthcare workers. Help is on its way. Resources are on its way. Let me tell you, we're going to start listening. I'm going to make sure I get your name and number, and you'll be getting a call from Dr. Devlin tomorrow, I promise you.
I'll be ready.
Oh, that's great. And thank you for your service.
Thank you.
My friends, we talked a little bit about healthcare. I'm going to talk to you about the budget. You saw the budget on how...
Boo!
Go for it.
Boo!
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you get a car. That's, I thought I was listening to Oprah Winfrey. You win a car, you get a free car, you get free insurance. Yeah, free daycare. But what we're going to do, we're going to put money back into your pocket instead of the government's until you can go buy a new car. Until you can afford daycare. We've seen these false promises in the past. We've seen the false promises. I remember the last election is, we're going to reduce everyone's car insurance by 15%. Well, you know, then it turned into, it's a stretch goal. You know, that's what the Premier was saying. It's a stretch goal. Well, I can tell you, she went out and promised the world money that is not hers, first of all, is yours. It's the taxpayers' money. Just imagine if I said, can I borrow $100? I'm going to promise you I'm going to buy you dinner tonight. You know, that's basically what she was doing. You can all put a beer in there too for the $100. But that, you know, she really believes that people are going to fall for this again. The people aren't going to fall for it again. Nothing is free. We have the largest subnational debt in the entire world. Think of it. It is a shame. The entire world. As of today, we're at $311 billion. We're spending $12 billion a year in servicing our debt. That's $12 billion that could be going to frontline healthcare workers, go to families with children with autism, go to infrastructure and roads that we're in desperate need of in this province. That's $12 billion wasted. Absolutely wasted. Kathleen Wynne has zero respect for the taxpayers. We're going to make sure we do one thing. We're going to start respecting the taxpayers. We're going to bring some accountability, transparency, integrity back to the taxpayers, but more importantly, back to Queen's Park. Because right now, my friends, Queen's Park in this government is the most politically corrupt government I have ever seen in 30 years.
Yeah. Forward.
Yeah, there's a future politician right there. You want to be Prime Minister? I bet you could win the next election if you're on.
Show me the stock.
No, my friends, we see the way they're spending the money, and I say it's politically corrupt. I've seen this happen before. They have all the political insiders down there gouging the grassroots people. They have all the political insiders, cronyism like you've never seen before. And they get these sole source deals. They don't go out for bid. They get the sole source deals for $100 million, $200 million, $1 billion. It's done. The party with the taxpayers' money is finished. I mentioned to Kathleen Wynne, pack up your loot bags. The party's over. We're going to start respecting the taxpayers. I don't know if you heard. Has anyone in here ever given them a $1.7 million pay increase? Has anyone ever got that? Well, that's what happened with your tax dollars last week. So we have the CEO of Hydro One. I was talking a lot about him as I crisscrossed the province, making $4.5 million. But he must have tried to get back at me, because after hearing that I was going to hold him accountable for the $4.5 million salary, he went up and slapped the taxpayers in the face. He gave himself a $1.7 million raise. So it's going to be $6 million. But he didn't just do that. He gave all his other cronies $1 million raise, $800,000 raise. Who gets that? No one gets those type of raises. And guess what? The only reason they published it is because I kept calling them out every single stop. Kathleen Wynne kept it, she kiboshed it. So when the list came out, I'm not worried. I'm not worried about the people making 100,000. I'm worried about the guys making millions and millions and feathering their nest of all their buddies, lining their pockets. That's what I'm concerned about. I'm sorry?
Give it to the seniors.
Oh, absolutely. We're getting to the seniors. We are getting to the seniors. That is unbelievable that the premier, the leader of this province, doesn't worry about that. Turns a blind eye to getting $1.7 million increase. It doesn't even faze her. Matter of fact, she encourages it.
Not her money.
Well, absolutely. And well, we know that already, the way she's handing out money. My friends, what we're going to do, we're going to make sure that we put money back in your pocket instead of the government's pocket. We truly believe that I put money in your pocket, you're going to go out and spend it a lot wiser than the government. You're going to be able to go out and do things you would otherwise not be able to do. You're going to go out and buy something, be it a fridge or do a renovation. That's what stimulates the economy. Does anyone think in this room that the government can spend their money a lot wiser than yourselves?
No.
Absolutely not. And if you look at the Fraser Institute came out with a report that if you added up every single bit of tax that you pay, no matter if it's gas or personal income, you're paying close to 50% tax.
What's the tax?
Yeah, well, they're gouging us on the gas tax again. That's the elevator scenario, that it goes up without even asking us automatically. But just think of that. That is absolutely staggering. My friends, we look at our education system. We had the longest college strike in Ontario's history. For 5 weeks, there was a strike. And the number of students that didn't return are staggering. 26,000 students never returned to school. That's 26,000 kids that lost a year of their education. That is absolutely unbelievable when you think of those figures. But we are failing our students. When you look at our grade 6 scores, when it comes to the math scores, only half of them are meeting the provincial standards. Just simple math. We should be the highest percentiles in the entire world, not failing half of them. We're failing our students. I go back to Assembly talking to the teachers. I have so many teachers that are on side. And I met them yesterday. Every event I go to, I meet teachers. And they're saying, some of the doctors, Doug, we're being ignored. Who knows the job better than going in that classroom day in and day out, seeing the needs of students, special needs or not special needs, and then the government plays the nanny state. They believe in the nanny state that they're going to dictate, they're going to breed this liberal ideology down our backs. You know, they want to try to indoctrinate our kids at a young age. I don't believe in that. I believe in letting the families involved, the teachers.
Forward.
You see the outrageous hydro costs, and, you know, just going back to the gentleman that's making $6.2 million. To give it a comparator, so the person that's running Quebec Hydro, that is a lot lower cost when it comes to hydro. We have the highest hydro rates in North America with businesses and people. He's making $400,000. His counterpart is making $6.5 million. That's where we're going to start. We're going to start at the top. I call it the Millionaires Club. Millionaires Club. I gotta start recruiting from Quebec. You know, 400,000 instead of $6.5 million. But you look at your hydro bills.
I like that idea.
And you open it up every month and take a look at it. It's staggering. It's absolutely staggering. Then she tried to play the shell game with us. You know, let's put the debt, let's extend it to our grandchildren, our kids. It's absolutely shameful. And gentlemen, you're talking about the seniors. The seniors built this city, they built this province, they built this country. It's about time to start giving back to the seniors. When I talk to the seniors, healthcare is definitely number one. Believe it or not, within the healthcare system, you know, the number one issue I've heard is dental care. We are going to make sure seniors' dental care is covered. That is and it reminds me when I talk to my mother or any other of the seniors. Guess what is the second, well, probably the first most important thing, along with healthcare, is I want to make sure my kids have a good paying job, my grandchildren have a great education. Every senior worries about their grandchildren and their kids, rightfully so. And we will make sure that happens. Because when we form government, knock on wood, June the 7th, when we form government, we're going to make sure that we tell the rest of the world Ontario is open for business. We're going to go down to the border. It's not too far from here. We're going to put every single border crossing, putting that big neon sign up. You know, and you see what the Premier has done. Wants to start a fight with New York. I'm going to take a different approach. We have the largest trading partner in the world south of the border. She's made us uncompetitive. Kathleen Wynne has made us uncompetitive. She has to look in the mirror and say, why aren't we getting the jobs? Why have we lost 300,000 manufacturing jobs, and a lot of them right here in Hamilton? We're losing jobs. I'll tell you the reason why. We have the highest hydro rates in North America. We have every red tape and regulation you could possibly think of when you come here. I was at a recycling plant in London, and it took this entrepreneur 7 years to be able to open up a recycling plant, which is great for the environment. 7 years and close to $1 million. And he said, Doug, you know, I have another 40, 50 acres in Barrie that I can recycle, but I'm not going through 7 years of my life of trying to open up an environmentally friendly business. Well, I told him just hang in there. I think at the time it was 78 days. I said, hang in there 78 days. We will make sure that we cut the red tape. We will make sure we're always environmentally friendly, because we're all environmentally friendly. Every single business that I go into, I'm in the packaging industry, and I can assure you, the number one issue is making sure all the packages are biodegradable and they're environmentally friendly. But what Kathleen Wynne has done, she's put this word carbon in front of a tax. And it's a tax. The carbon tax is nothing but a tax. It is the worst tax for the people in this country, right across this room as well. It's the worst tax you can put on a company. It makes us uncompetitive. When we're trying to compete against companies around the world, and you have an additional tax and your competitors don't have a tax, they're going with a person with a lower cost. We're going to make sure that we take the burden of taxes off the people of Ontario, take the burden of taxes off companies until they can thrive, and entrepreneurs. We know that over 80% of businesses are small businesses, small-owned businesses. That's who employs 80% of the people.
We're dying here.
I hear you, sir. I hear you. You know, when all you do is get tax, then it came to the minimum wage. My heart breaks for people on minimum wage. I can tell you it breaks. But you go from 11 and change up to $14. Guess who's making the money? It's the government. You're paying a lot more money. So I came up with a simple solution. Anyone earning $30,000 or less is paying 0% tax. So $160. That is $160 extra tax-free every single month that can go in their pockets. That's truly helping the most vulnerable in society. Not jacking up all the prices on all the goods. It's about supporting them and getting the government to start giving back to the people instead of the government taking. Every time you stick your hand in your pocket, you feel another hand in there. That's Kathleen Winston. Put your hand in the other pocket, it's Justin Trudeau in the other, and usually your municipal government in the back. Well, when we, on June the 7th, I can assure you, a new day will dawn in Ontario. A day of prosperity. Prosperity and opportunity this province has never seen before. We will blaze a new trail. We'll blaze a new trail of prosperity and making sure that anyone who wants to work will have a great paying job. Because we will attract businesses right around the world. Businesses make a decision very simply, my friends. Do you have a great skilled workforce? We have the smartest people in the world right here in Ontario that want to work. They want to make sure it's a business environmentally friendly area to do business. And I always say, government doesn't create jobs, they create the environment to create jobs. And we will create the environment so this happens as never seen before. Friends, you see the energy policy, the Green Energy Act, that's done. That is a scam. And please, I can go on hours about the energy policy. Go online when you go home, and you see these investment bankers making billions of dollars off the backs of the grassroots people, making billions of these sole source deals, these contracts. A lot of people are saying, well, you know, what can you do with the contracts? We're going to look at these contracts, and we'll make sure where there's a possibility we're getting rid of these contracts. Why they ever sold Hydro One is beyond me. They gave away a huge asset with Hydro One. And I say that, and with all due respect to our former government, they should have never given away 407, but that's another issue too. I don't believe in getting rid of some of our best assets, and those were two of our best assets. But we'll make sure we go line item by line item. The word cuts is not in my vocabulary. Driving efficiencies is in my vocabulary. Making sure we find waste is in our vocabulary. Tony Barrett, what a great MVP. We were in the lockup room and we're looking through the budget. And in a fine line, even in their own budget, and they would never talk about it, they said 1.7 million of efficiencies. So when the Liberals are even saying, they won't tell you that, when the Liberals are saying there's 1.7 billion in efficiencies, then you have the Auditor General that came out when it came to their deficit and said, well, you aren't telling the truth. It's not 6.5 billion. The Auditor found another 1.3 billion they didn't include. But the Auditor General also came out and said, with her eyes closed, she found $1 billion. She found $1 billion. So Toby, what do you think? You know, 2.7 billion, do you think we can do a better job? Absolutely. We run a pretty efficient company ourselves, but as I was telling someone in the office the other day, I said, even in my own company, if I drill down deep enough, we run a pretty lean ship, I'll find 4 cents on the dollar. I'll guarantee it. We will find 4 cents, and the government needs to find 4 cents on the dollar, and that's our job, Toby and the rest of us, when we get there, to find the 4 cents. Friends, we have another, I think it's 60 some odd days left. I'm losing track. Crisscrossing, probably I think it's 67 days to be exact. We need your help. We need your help, each and every one of us.
You got it.
Thank you. everything, no matter if it's being a doctor or a nurse or a teacher or a priest. I see the priest. Father, we need a lot of prayers, I'll tell you. A lot of prayers. And as my pastor, my brother-in-law, Michael Meadowbrook, again, a lot of prayers for the people of Ontario. But we need to get the word out. We have 15 years of destroying the province. 15 years that we can't afford another 4 years. It's very simple. If you can make a phone call to your neighbor, if you can put a sign out, that's great. If you can donate $5 to a campaign, that's fabulous.
800 signs.
If you can even come into any campaigning office, we will find something for you to do.
No LRT.
The LRT. Well, let me talk about this LRT since we're here in Hamilton. You know, my friends, I've talked to a lot of groups, and I just did a couple interviews, one on CHCH with Larry, great guy by the way, fabulous guy. I gotta convince Larry to get back into politics. But anyways, again, it goes back to the people. I've met a group that says, I'm for the LRT. I've met another group that says, I'm for the LRT, but I don't want it in that position, that place, I want it somewhere else. Then I have another group that say, we don't want an LRT.
Yeah.
One of my colleagues, Donna, he's saying they don't want it. Who is Doug Ford to tell the people of Hamilton the transit? It's up to the people of Hamilton to decide. Kathleen Wynne has a different theory. Kathleen Wynne is saying, you're taking this LRT or I'm taking the $1.3 billion off you. We're doing that. If you don't want the LRT, you're keeping the $1.3 billion. We're putting it on the road. And you can keep the $1.3 billion and spend it the way the people of Hamilton want to spend it. So when the election comes up, the municipal election, make sure you drill down on your local councillors running. Make sure you drill down on the mayor, if he's getting re-elected or not getting re-elected. But ask them and tell them very clearly. I experienced that firsthand in Toronto. The people of Toronto overwhelmingly voted for subways, but the council voted for LRTs. I believe in letting the people decide. It's about empowering the people. It's not about empowering the government. It's about empowering the people. I'll never forget the very first day, Rob and I went down to City Hall. We sat down, the CFO and the city manager, and he said, welcome to the city of Toronto. You're facing $774 million of pressure, meaning they've spent $774 million more than what they had. You have two choices. You can either raise taxes double digits, and that was already after a regime that was raising them double digits, or you can find cuts. And I said again, cuts is not in our vocabulary. So we said, we're going to drive efficiencies. And by the way, it wasn't Doug and Rob Ford. It was Rob Ford, it was Doug Hawley, the deputy mayor, it was Mike Delbrian, the best budget chief we had, and a group of us went down there and we started to drive efficiencies. Talk about backroom deals and the dirty POs and Toronto community housing that Rob fired the whole bunch of them all at one shot. POs under $25,000 until they wouldn't be caught. They were buying fluorescent tubes from the friends over in China. We had a warehouse full of fluorescent tubes. We had a warehouse full of toilets. And then one of the executives owned all the washing machines in every single Toronto community housing and pocketing the money. So these are the stories you don't hear about the government. Just imagine in a well over $150 billion budget how much backroom deals are happening. It's happening rampant. But moving forward, so that he said we're going to find efficiencies. And so the first year when everyone said it can't be done, because I have some of my friends in the media saying, oh, what are you going to do? Try to find money for the carbon tax. We delivered a 0% tax increase. A 0% tax increase for the people of Toronto. Not only did we deliver a 0% tax increase, I'm a strong believer of this. I can't emphasize this enough. Not one single person got laid off. I don't believe in laying people off and taking food off their table. There is enough fat in the government, no matter if it's purchasing or any other department, be it transportation, we can deliver services a lot better than what we've been providing right now to the people of Ontario. Sure that we put more money into infrastructure than's ever been in infrastructure. We're going to do the same here in Ontario, but we're going to do the same here in Hamilton. When I come to Hamilton, what a great city. And the people just make the city. You know, they've been ignored. I can tell you, my friends, they have been ignored. And it's funny when you know you talk to some people and saying, wow, Hamilton, they don't elect PCs. I differentiate from what they're saying. I believe that we're going to win Hamilton. Yeah. We're going to win Hamilton. I want to keep this on the news, mark my words. I'm standing outside these factories in Hamilton and the steel factories, and I'm going to be making sure I shake hands with every single person. And I'm going to look them square in the eyes. I'm going to tell them, not only am I going to make sure we're competitive, that you're always going to keep your job, but I'm going to put more money in your pocket. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make sure that everyone in the province has more money than what they had previous. Friends, I want to thank you. What a great crowd. Out of all of Ontario, there's no place I've come to more than Hamilton. No place. I think it's my 6th or 7th visit. We're down the highway. You're going to see me another half a dozen times coming into Hamilton to talk to the people. I'm going to be out there door knocking with our great candidates. And I know all our candidates are working hard. And Esther, this number always sticks in my mind. How many doors have you knocked on?
Well, as of today, I'm almost 40,000.
40,000 doors. Connecting with the people. Connecting with the people. Friends, I want to thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. We're going to make sure what we say we're going to do, we are going to do. We don't believe in broken promises. Because how can I come back here, and I can't wait to come back as Premier, how can I come back and look you square in the eyes and say, I didn't do what I said I was going to do? I'm going to do the opposite. We're going to have a checklist saying we did it, we did it, we did it, we did it. All the way down the road.
Forward.
Thank you. Darlene, well, I'm going to stay with these folks all night. It's going to be good. Friends, thank you. I want to say God bless each and every one of you. Thank you for coming. Together, we will get rid of Kathleen Wynne, and together we will bring this province around. Thank you.